Hello, my friends. I need to quickly fix stuff. I need to add Abby's Worlds of Face back to the area, or maybe I don't. Wait, why is this so messed up? I have the different layers named different things, so I use them in the different ones. So because League was our first show, all of the layers I have are named after League. So I have Abby's layer that I called Abby's Worlds of Face because it's Abby's Worlds of Stage.
Because it's her face.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Who's behind the curtain here tonight, everyone?
This is a fun little Easter egg for all of y'all for your Tabletop Rules Pub Night Trivia. Speaking.
Tabletop Rules lore.
Yeah, the lore. There we go. I fixed everyone now.
The deep cut.
Yeah, so hello, my friends.
Yeah.
And welcome to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands AP. I'm going to turn everyone else up, and remember to do that because it's not me playing a game, so I don't have to deafen you all. I hope you're all doing absolutely wonderful tonight. Sorry for the late start. We were just taking a little nap beforehand and chatting.
Cat nap.
Little cat nap. But before we get started, a few announcements. Those announcements being our other programs here on the channel, like tomorrow night, join myself as I begin playing Solasta. It's a D&D 5e CRPG on the computer. I've pre-made the characters. We have an Elisandra, we have a Garl, and I'm debating whether I make a Nim and a Lynx. I was going to ask for McKenna's permission to do that first, though.
Granted.
Okay.
Granted.
I
I don't even know what this game is.
It has occurred to me, Will, that in speaking of the multiverse of Garls at this point, the one that exists apparently in Salt and Sorcery is the one that has suffered the least emotionally and physically.
Yes,
that's including in my home games where I have control over it.
Speaking of suffering,
Wow.
Wednesday night, the League of Amazing Adventurers. You can see Garl and Nimbus live. They're at a big noble party. Nimbus's parents, mother and brother just walked in. Things are going to get crazy because they're not on good terms right now.
Or maybe I'll just leave. Who knows?
PJ, to give you reference, and Zoe, to give you reference, Nimbus's brother has been artificially aged up all of the orcs in Warcraft and has been basically trained to hunt Nimbus down.
Also, my parents are super bad. And they're
Whether or not
working
he's
for
been-
super bad people.
Whether or not he's been potty trained is still up for debate. He is like less than 2 years old, I think, so.
He's
He's
like
a 2-year-old assassin?
He's like less than 6 months old, but they've like.
So he doesn't have any teeth either.
They orc aged
Well,
him up.
it's with chronomancy, so it's like
Yeah.
his timeline has been sped up.
Yeah.
It's really,
So he won't have any teeth.
It's really messed
so he
up.
will have teeth.
Until
No,
Garl-
no.
he's-
After
until
Garl
Garl's
meets
done.
him, he won't.
Don't beat him up. That's my
You
baby.
don't know him.
He's
not
just
your
a
family.
baby. He's just a baby.
Don't kick
the baby.
Kick the baby.
Then on Friday, we have the Calling Chronicle. They're about to enter a puzzle dungeon, and oh boy, the first puzzle, it's a doozy. There's a cipher involved. It's going to be crazy. There's a cipher involved related to us. There's an astrology cipher that I've created for it.
Interesting.
So I'm looking forward to seeing McKenna and Rose bite into the astrology bit, and then Matt and Chad bite into the cipher bit. It's kind of how I built it.
I see what you've done.
I think I've done a good job there. Then, on Saturday, of course, we have Salt and Sorcery, this time with Matt and me. We're continuing our adventures in Outward with Happy, Elisandra, and Garl. Then on Sunday, we have Stardew Sunday, where you get to see even happier Elisandra, who owns a farm and is just living her best life with her lesbian artist wife.
As you do.
As you do.
The future liberals want.
We picked Leah. We
Yeah.
picked Leah in that Stardew Valley run. I normally go for like Maru or Abigail, but we went with Leah this time because I haven't done Leah's romance stuff yet. And I wanted to see it. So yeah, that's Sunday, and of course every Monday you have the Strength of Thousands AP here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Yeah, that's it. Those are all the big announcements. Upcoming shows include Season 2 of the League of Amazing Adventurers. Once we're done this arc and the next one, we're doing a Wild Shootin' Tootin' West. It's going to be a fun time. Then, of course, once the 5e campaign is done, we're going to be doing the Genshin Impact one-shot. And then we have the Spelljammer game starting.
Mm-hmm.
So, lots of stuff coming up on the channel. Lots of fun stuff. But speaking of fun stuff, Matt, I think I've rambled on with announcements long enough. Why don't I let you introduce people?
All right. To begin with, I am Matt Urbanoff at various places on the internet, and I am here to run these interesting people through the Strength of Thousands adventure path for Pathfinder 2E. They are students/adventurers at the Magambia, I'm just going to say it, the premier magic school in Golarion. I haven't heard contrary, and screw Geb.
Yeah, screw Gab.
Screw Gab.
He can't hear me. He's not real.
Screw Gab and making his ghost.
Say that to Last Wall, you asshole. Never mind.
Right.
Sorry.
Screw Gab.
They don't exist either. But the premier magic school in Golarion, we're located deep in the Mawagi Expanse. They have progressed fairly far into the adventure at this point. We're nearing the latter third of the second book. Admittedly, there's quite a few books. This is a long adventure path, but significant progress has been made. They're all at level 7 now, essentially. They're about to be introduced as level 7s. But speaking of the adventuring party, let's start with the man who got this whole thing rolling. Will, who are you and what do you play tonight?
Oh yes, I suppose I did get it rolling. Hello, I am Will. I am currently cuddling my Knights of Last Wall book because I love this book. But tonight I am playing Igara and Gama and Choco and possibly another summon soon. We'll find out. I'm just going to have all the summons.
As you do.
As I do.
Pokemon Master, of course.
Oh, quite literally. It's great. I love it. Yeah.
On the opposite end of having to worry about the action economy becoming bloated, we go to Zoe, whose turns are often very concise and precise because she has things she just does well and she does over and over again. What character are you playing tonight, and who are they?
I'm Zoe. I play Ophelia. She's our Whisper Elf Bard who's just here to have a good time. Not a long time, a good time, and help her friend out.
Also, wish Zoe a happy belated birthday in chat, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy
I can also
birthday,
move my
Zoe.
face.
I'm so glad for
I
you.
miss being able to move my face, you guys.
Love that for you.
I love that.
I don't know if this is my recovering brain thinking this, but I can move my face thinking, oh, are you a patched character from Mass Effect Andromeda?
Pow pow. Shots fired.
That tea. Spill it.
But speaking of things and wonderful things that I actually enjoy quite a bit once you get to know them, McKenna.
You know what? On second thought, I actually have somewhere to be tonight. I forgot.
Yeah,
The
sis,
latter half
same.
of
Let's
that-
go to roguelike and let's get some drinks.
I feel like the latter half of that was complimentary. Wonderful once you get to know them.
I don't know about
I mean,
that.
it didn't help that you set it up as a thing that's only good when you get to know them. That's kind of a
Only,
rough
not
intro.
only.
That's a rough entry, my guy.
Give me a break. I am
Master of
recovering.
unintentional shade over here, Matthew. I am playing
Leave me alone.
Avi, the Nyctera witch. And I'm gonna nurse that burn.
At
for the
least, at least the shade will help you keep out of the heat in LA.
Oof.
Oh God, it's so hot. Please.
Need it.
I think I had a different segue in mind when it's something about not here for a long time, but those who are here for a long time, because I don't know how long the Fae actually live, McKenna.
1,000 years, and then they reincarnate.
See, there you go.
Ayo.
But speaking of more terrestrial kind of lifespans, Aerith, what is your character? What do they do?
So, and then by memory, I believe Aerith has about 7 lives left.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but those individual lives
Yes.
could be quite short, so.
Yeah, it's very true. But yeah,
Possible.
like said before, I'm here for a fun time, not a long time. Even though those long times are about 7 more times, but it's fine. It's
You
cool.
guys are tempting fate with this not a long time thing. God.
It's fun. Hello, everyone. I am Erin. I play Aerith, a catfolk. I literally woke up maybe 20 minutes ago. So I took a lovely nap that quote, I'm going to close my eyes. And my partner knows very well, close my eyes, and then I fell asleep for like an hour. So I'm here. And if you need Aerith's face, here's Aerith's face.
You're an icon.
The Garfussification of air.
If you need like a nice face of like Aerith's face for this entire duration because I'm tired,
Vibe check.
take it as what you will. Her fur is not brushed down as it is. It's just like Animal Crossing. Like after you wake up, it's just
when you haven't
everywhere.
played for a month.
Yeah,
Head.
exactly.
That is so cute.
Mm-hmm. But good
What
morning.
if you run into that other cat folk?
Oh, I'll just play it off super cool. Maybe they're into it.
Maybe they're into the bedhead.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe they're into the bedhead.
Yeah,
that'll depend entirely if you kept their bead or not. If you didn't, they might feel a little insulted.
it's true. I did keep their bead.
That's
It is on
sketchy
them.
ass cat folk.
That's discriminatory.
Hmm.
Will gets a secret debuff.
Secret debuff. All right.
But
Interesting.
and last but
Debuff.
certainly not least, PJ, who are you bringing to the table today?
Hi everyone. I am playing Benji, the Magus Shuni Basenji. They are just a good little idiot dog boy who went to the best magic school in the entire world to do stage magic. Look, they're not here. They have no thoughts, only vibes. And so speaking of carrying on the tradition of not having long, once again, my Monday show is going to be picking up next week. So this will be my last episode for a while. I'll have to step out for a bit. By next time I see, you'll be level 20 killing God. And I'll be like, what happened? Zoe, I'm pretty sure, is going to turn into a full vampire lord. I'm positive. Positive.
There's feats for that now.
Oh, there is. Oh, I've been
Yeah,
prepping.
I was looking at some of that stuff. I was like,
You can
You
become a
guys just-
lich.
You guys are Lich is actually surprising. I think one of the archetypes that has the most conditions on it.
Mhm.
Because just to make the soul cage, you need a lot of stuff.
Not that
Yeah.
Matt's been looking into the Lich archetype for specific
I
reasons.
took it to the cabin and I had nothing else to read, so I read the entire Undead Secrets book twice.
Nice.
But I'm calling it now. Aviav is going to become the cat bat witch lich. It's going to become devastating. I'll look out for that.
Real bad Lich.
Liches be crazy.
But anyway, enough with our kookiness, apparently. Will, I think that's all with the intro, so if you want to hit that button on your board.
I will push the button, Matt. And we're back.
And that's how King Crimson works. So we are back to where we last left our adventuring party. They had foiled a seemingly out of the blue attack on just a wood carver. They had been sent to collect some statues for the school. And we're just going to pick up in the aftermath of it. You guys have knocked the assailant into unconsciousness, and they are taking their death saving throws and the like. And just because there's nothing about it, I'm just going to say the bird has failed all its death saving throws at this point, and
Oh, Choco's eating it.
Give me a Constitution saving throw for Choco.
For cannibalism.
Yeah, they're different
No.
species.
Choco kind of stops and like starts spitting it out. There's something off about this bird. If you look at it as it's still sitting there, its eyes are still kind of smoldering, like with an inner light.
Arcana check, nature check.
Yeah.
You can do that. Does anyone want to try and save the assailant?
Yes. Well.
Oh,
You just need
here.
to stabilize them.
I got it.
Yeah. I'll also do a check on this unusual creature.
Yeah, you guys can give me an arc. Actually, I would actually say an occultism. No, an arcana check for this, or a religion actually.
I'm gonna say Arcana.
Arcana?
Yeah.
I don't think any of us have religion.
Religion would have been easier, but a 34 Arcana. You have actually heard of this. There are areas of the Magambia that are unfortunately kind of infested with fiends. There's quite a lot of stories and tales of like the resident orcs and half-orcs of the Magambia battling demons and fiends, and there is talk sometimes of animals being influenced by just areas that fiends frequent a lot, and sometimes it affects their behavior and everything.
So you could say that it's...
And their very essence.
You could say that it's one abyss of a bird.
I was going to say Kentucky fiend chicken, but...
Ooh! Alright, that was good.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily fiendish itself. It's just, it's been kind of like corrupted, maybe. Probably, don't try growing any flowers or anything if you just leave it to rot. But yeah, you stabilize. Yep. So the elf is stabilized. They're at like 0 hit points, but they're not dying.
Yeah.
Gowana, the artisanal carpenter, kind of peeks up from behind the crates next to Benji. Like, is it over?
I think so. Are you okay?
Oh, they just kind of slump down back behind the crates and pull like a handkerchief out and start dabbing their own forehead. They're like, "Oh God, nothing like that has ever happened to me in my life." Oh, I mean, I've dealt with irate customers before, but usually, some cookies will satisfy them. And, pointing out that they signed a contract and everything.
Well, you know what they say, if a wood carver falls in their shop and no one's around to hear it.
Have you dealt with many attempted murders on wood carvers? Like, why is that an expression?
I don't think that is an expression. I've lived a very long time and at least several different lives, and I've never heard that before.
It only sounds like half an expression. If they fall down in their workshop, then what?
Well,
I mean, that sounds like that hurts.
They don't make a sound. That's
terrible. What's an Igara?
No, they make a sound. It's ow! I fell in my workshop, which is filled of wood and hard and sharp tools. This just seems like an incomplete idiom.
And to be honest with you, I think splinters are involved.
I think
well,
so.
that's why you wear gloves. That's pretty basic.
Did we question this guy?
No, I'm in the process of tying him up, but before I wake him up, I'm going to open his mouth and make so there's no like capsules or like false teeth that they can bite on to kill themselves with.
Pull out all their teeth first.
That was a trick that we used to do. If you were like if you had to go into a settlement to like gather information, they would give you like a little capsule that if you got captured and you weren't able to escape, you could just bite down on it. You could sacrifice your life for the cult. So I got this. Let me just...
This is the second week in a row that I'm like, isn't this a female elf? And then I look at the sheet. Oh, no, that's just a very pretty male elf. Check your assumptions,
pretty
Matt.
male elf? That's kind of redundant if you ask me.
Fanboy assassin. Fanboy assassin.
Welcome to Fanboy Hooters and Killing. How can I help you?
What are we checking in that mouth?
Oh, I'm just making sure there's no like cyanide.
What's that mouth do?
What's that mouth do?
Igara, open your mouth. Actually, let me.
Oh,
you have teeth.
You don't want to see the inside of my mouth. It's literally an abyss.
The cult didn't have dental.
But do you still have one of those capsule teeth things?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
No, I do not.
Insight?
Sounds like PvP to me.
28 to see if he's lying.
100% not lying.
Yeah. The cult expected them all to bite out their own tongues and choke on their own blood.
Yeah.
It's a lot
So
cheaper.
old school. Yeah. Very, very conservative cult. Like they want to bring it back to like the old roots.
Well, no, just cyanide's expensive.
Yeah,
Bring
it's
back
like,
biting your own tongue.
it's like a whole 30 gold pieces for a dose of cyanide.
Make cults bite their own tongue again.
But yeah.
Anyway, are you okay? Did you get hurt or anything?
No, you guys saved my life.
Oh.
I wish I had something to offer you, but I refuse to offer you guys any work that isn't, properly measured and designed and like. But I do have some freshly baked cookies.
Could you make?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cookie. Wait. Okay, dumb question. Can
Do you have
Shunies have chocolate?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
such
okay.
a sad
They're-
existence.
They're oatmeal raisin.
Oh.
Okay.
That was an interesting litmus test for the party.
We weren't allowed cookies in the cult. They told us that any joy that wasn't brought from our great Lord would be blasphemous.
Well, you know
My
what's
brother and
blasphemous is
Naomi
raisins.
gave me
Raisins
cookies.
are blasphemous.
I'm gonna get the cookies. Guana like leans into you. I have some chocolate ones set aside. I'll bring you some chocolate ones.
Aww.
I wonder
So,
how much it would cost to make like a carving of Ophelia.
Depends on how big it is.
Why?
Because,
do you
like,
want
think
that?
I wouldn't want that. Think of like yourself. Like you could put one outside of your show, and it could be a photo op for people.
Would I want that?
Maybe it could be like a marketing tool. Branding.
Actually,
What?
Igra, you actually just glance to the side where you're standing, and you see there's actually like a placard with like prices and stuff.
Oh,
Like a convention table.
I wonder how much
How
for an
much would it? Yeah,
how much would it cost, Pat? How much
Well,
gold am I spending on this?
Are we talking about?
We're spending gold.
Are we talking about like a lifelike wooden full-size production, like to scale?
A to scale like cardboard cutout made out of wood of Ophelia.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I can
like
paint it.
a
It doesn't have
two-dimensional
to be
thing.
painted.
No, like a 3D Ophelia, like 3D Ophelia.
Okay, so again,
And a
we're
3D
talking
Avi
about
Avi, and a 3D Aerith, and a 3D Igora, and a 3D Benji. Like, how much for like a full set?
that's gonna set you back a little bit because that's like a full party of like full-size
Yeah.
That's a lot.
three-dimensional sculptures.
Yeah,
I mean, what if you got miniatures?
maybe, but I have plans. Since we're kind of like getting up in there, I think eventually we'll probably like be important enough where we'll like warrant statues of ourselves. So like this could be a good thing to know.
Well, my entourage certainly.
I
seems
will
to
up
think
the
that's a good idea.
upping the pride corruption meter one tick. Yeah, you do notice that full-sized, not busts, but full-size reproductions are case-by-case basis because obviously it's a lot easier to say do a gnome than it is to say do a half-orc, just from the material involved. So you probably have to actually talk to Guana.
Fair enough.
But they're inside getting cookies. You guys are outside with the assailant.
Do we
We
want
got a guy to talk to.
Do you want me to wake him up?
Think so.
Punch.
Is that gonna work?
They don't have any hit points, so are they going to go back to dying?
No, it's just like how you slap someone awake. I'm just doing like a.
Oh, okay. That's a weird thing. Like, if they're 0 hit points, they can't technically be woken up. They need to be healed, but I'll allow it because I don't want to drag this out more than necessary. Yes. Naru comes back to consciousness, or Neru. Like, just kind of looks around. This is a fine mess I'm in. I suppose, looks around, suppose you've killed Krikos. Or did they get away?
Point to the corpse.
They're kind of dead.
Oh, well.
But if it makes you feel any better, I think they were infected by some kind of fiendish curse.
Oh, I know.
Did you do that to them?
No, I don't know how to do that. I don't have magic.
How did that come to be?
I don't know. You hang around weird places in Magambia, weird stuff happens. I heard someone who slept somewhere and got turned entirely into ants.
I have not heard that one.
That's awful.
I mean, if it happens to someone else,
Wow.
it makes for a good story.
Speaking of being turned
Not for
entirely,
them.
speaking of being turned entirely into ants, or possibly ant food in your case.
Yeah.
You kind of stumbled over that foot there, boyo.
What's your deal here, bud? I'm sorry, what's your deal here? I don't want to assume anything. Can I get a name, maybe, that we can refer to you as? Or should we just call you Assassin that we'll probably end up having to kill?
I'm trying to remember suddenly a character's name that I was trying to use. Called me Galadriel.
All right,
Galadriel.
I mean, it's an elf name.
I was gonna say
What's
that was an out of
that?
character.
Elrond, that's the name I was looking for. Elrond.
That was an out of character comment. I was like Galadriel, and then you said Elrond, and I was like, okay, I see.
I couldn't remember Elrond.
Now that doesn't sound like a true name.
All right, Gilgamesh.
I mean, does it matter?
I mean, if we cut your tongue out, it doesn't matter at all.
Well, then I'm not going to be able to tell you anything, is it?
Ophelia, I'm so proud of you. And Igor gives you a hug.
Why?
We could use message.
You're
People
learning.
say I'm dark.
Well, you attacked us, so.
Okay, Shadow the Hedgehog wannabe.
Technically, you were in the way. So really, this is your fault.
In the
Thank
way? So were you
goodness we
aiming
were.
for Goanna?
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. I'm not going to try and obfuscate that.
Who hired
Why?
you?
She's so nice.
She gave us cookies.
Oh, and have you known her for long? You don't know. Maybe she eats kittens.
Maybe I have known her for long. What do you know?
All right, you got me there.
I do. We've also got you there, and
You guys get the impression that despite the situation they're in, they are not in any way intimidated by you guys and seem very holding their cards close to the chest. So this may require some persuasion.
I would like to make an intimidation check using my feet as a performance.
Sure.
Hey, there we
just
go.
dance in a really intimidating way.
Now I'm
So I'm just
kind of
imagining
curious.
trumping, but
do you
like-
just do
like
like
eye
a
contact?
heavy metal performance in their face or something? Like
I like
here's
to say I like to think it's more of like when an intimidate, it's more like a speak sing kind of villain kind of deal. Like think like Facilier when he's talking about his plans, you know, something kind of deep and spooky.
Aggressive.
Okay, so you don't just pull a pipe organ out of
Aggressive jazz hands.
don't pull a pipe organ out of nowhere and just do the phantom thing. Dun 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 dun.
And then they
Dun,
shit
dun.
their pants.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, it's not a critical success, but they at least are taking you seriously now. And make a long story short, they confirm your suspicions that yes, they were hired to kill Goanna. They were hired by Magistrate Mayor Asanda. And apparently this was supposed to be an easy job with great pay. There wasn't supposed to be any resistance. It's a freaking woodcarver. And especially not whatever the hell you guys are.
Students.
Yeah, you got beat by a bunch of kids.
We're the golden.
Yeah, sure.
We're the
Students.
golden age of our dorm. Thank you.
I'm a stage magician. I'm
You
not
know,
even
I think
supposed to
you're
be
getting a
here.
Too big for your
Yeah.
wishes.
Sure.
We're practically gods.
In the background, Aerith is just
For your
eating
britches.
just her cookies and just kind of dipping them in her milk, and then takes a big, huge burp as he says, "Oh yeah, students." Blah.
I'm picturing you like dunking it with like both paws, creme de la Edgar style.
Who's holding
What
it?
is that?
Gama will hold it. Gama will act as a table for people if they need it.
Oh, so cute.
Is there any kind of like perception check to see if we can?
You can
help
ask
us
additional
lie?
questions if you want.
Oh, that's a perception check for insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Just from the extent the reaction from Ophelia's intimidation, you are sensing that they have no real reason to hold back at this point.
That's true.
Did you already get paid?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Well.
Well, that's kind of late.
I have professional standards. I don't do a job, and like I don't. This is a rather black or white job. A lot of people, if you kill someone for them, would be very disinclined to pay you because then the person is dead.
I guess I had always assumed like it was kind of a deposit situation, like maybe 2/3 up front and then the last third afterwards.
Yeah, to make sure you do the job and don't run away with the money and therefore, completely waste their time.
Yeah.
Those kind of assassins don't have a very long view of their profession. People are not going to be hiring you to kill people if you don't, actually follow through and gain a reputation for actually accomplishing the job.
Exactly.
So you're saying you have a reputation.
How many people have you killed?
Yeah. What do you charge?
How many bread have you eaten in your life? No,
No, honestly, I want to compare body count.
Jesus Christ. Just you're like side night pills and body counts. I'm a fluffy frog. What the hell?
We're talking about different body counts here.
Hey-o.
So,
Oh my god.
have you done business with the mayor before?
no, I was real surprised. From what I heard, they were pretty up and up kind of individual. Didn't seem like they'd be into this kind of business.
Did he say why he wanted her dead?
No, and I did not ask. Mostly because I didn't care.
Yeah. What do they call that? Patient assassin confidentiality?
Sure.
Or something?
Professionalism.
Also that.
I guess.
Where's your sense of curiosity and adventure? Wouldn't you wanna?
My sense of curiosity is reserved for like, I wonder how many, drinks can I buy with this gold tonight before I pass out?
Yeah, you're right. How many drinks could you buy with that gold?
Probably not a lot in jail.
I mean, that depends on the bar.
Well, I mean, to be fair.
No, it depends on how much gold you have. How much gold do you have?
There was also, I was really planning to, I don't have any gold on me. I don't take my gold on my job with me, obviously. That's ridiculous.
That's very smart.
Where would you keep it? Hypothetically.
I did have my eye though after this job. I had my eye on an invisible returning dagger at the Black Hat. That sounded pretty cool. Expensive though.
Yeah. I have a question. So you
bet
don't
Avi could get
have
a
money on
discount.
you, and you're on a job. Out of curiosity, do you have a contract or something? Some sort of paperwork that, like, if you did go rogue, they could be like, "Oh, look at here, we have a contract. Clearly, you're a butthole." Like what?
It's illegal.
I mean,
I'm people, so probably not.
Like a week ago, I would have said yes. Like there was kind of a sort of thing building up in terms of like contracts and all that. But then Froglegs was taken out of the picture, so a lot of that bureaucracy got out of the way. So it was great.
Hi there, that was us.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You guys saved me a bunch of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just so we can continue, just so we can maybe quickly continue on this topic conversation here, bud. So you said you got hired, no contract. If you survive, are you going to continue to try to complete the job that you have failed at?
Well, now that I told you that it was the mayor who hired me, probably not.
Okay, cool. So like you won't. And I just point back to this like probably very scared person. You're not going to try and murder them anymore?
I mean, probably not.
Assassin's honor?
Igor, I think we should hand him over to the chime bearers because they're the only person who can corroborate that Mayor Sonda was involved in this.
Oh, I was thinking we bring him back to the professor.
You want to bring him into school?
Yeah, because listen here, okay? So right now the chime bearers are directly basically under the control of the mayor. Now if the mayor's gone full assassin.
Are you guys? You guys are students of the Magambia?
Yeah.
We actually are students.
We literally are.
You literally got beat by kids.
Water under the bridge, because I may have a proposition for you guys.
Ooh.
I'm probably going to go to jail for a little bit, but
What is it? You tried to kill somebody.
Yeah. I have a long-standing contract, actually. So, and I'd be willing to cut you in on this. It's a big payday. If you guys could just give me a little bit of information.
Right.
Is there, do you know, at the school, an individual going by the name of Kiara?
Nope, don't say it.
Not currently.
Damn.
Sorry, mate.
I was convinced for half a year they didn't even exist.
Oh, that girl's a mythical creature, let me tell you.
Yeah. What? How do you know about her? What do you know about her?
Bro.
There's just an outstanding contract from out in like the I forgot the name of the place. Is the Blood Marsh, the Blood Coast, or something?
To
Like
kill
some pirate.
her? To kill her?
What were you gonna say, Will?
The pirate place, yeah.
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 I just heard about it. It's a big payday, apparently, though.
Good to know.
Why
But
do
you're saying-
pirates want her dead?
Everyone just turns to look at Igor like,
What? It's good. This is good information to have. We've been sketched out by her in the past, and we're starting to get a clearer picture as to why now.
I can imagine everybody just kind of like straight and just.
It seems like you guys have a lot going on, so if we could, get me to jail, that'd be great.
well, do we want someone to run to Janitimo and tell them what's going on, what we found?
Coco, you want to go deliver a message?
Oh.
Oh god, he's evolving into a Pokemon.
Oh god, now it's a plain coconut
It's
palm
Foster's
tree
home for
thing.
yeah, it's Foster's home for imaginary friends, right?
Oh,
yeah.
that's I didn't even
Yeah,
catch
so that
that.
was the reference.
Yeah.
Because when I saw the Terror Bird art for the first time, that's immediately what my brain went to. It's like, this reminds me of Coco.
So I can see that.
Aw,
Right?
Foster's so good.
But now I want to make like a beastkin ox person monk wrestler and be like, hello, my name is Eduardo and I like potatoes. And just like suplex people all the time.
Yeah, can we get me to jail? You guys have obviously got a lot going on.
Here, wait.
Yeah.
We'll get to Gentimo. We'll give them the thing. We'll see if they want to hand you over to the Chime Bearers. I am worried about your life in jail because, like, if you were hired by the people in charge, I don't want you getting whacked just because you failed a job. You know, bud?
Oh yeah, they're gonna try to kill you because you failed.
Yeah, like, assassins, buddy.
Yeah, but now that I've told you guys the name, I'm not terribly concerned. You guys seem kind of disruptive.
That's true.
That's very fair.
But if you end up in
Is that a
prison, wouldn't
compliment?
your boss know? Sorry, Zoe, I messed up on your toes there.
Long story short, you guys, there's actually no written text about what happens after you interrogate the assassin.
Whoa. So
Wow.
so they assume people just kill.
No, there is a thing for if you either interrogate. Actually, there's a thing if you interrogate them or if Gowan is killed. Those are the only two possible ways this scenario resolves.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So what I'm hearing is if this guy ends up dead mysteriously in prison, we know who to go after then.
Blame Kiara. All right.
To be fair,
Blame the asshole mayor.
the assassin did imply that this is a open contract that they just heard about. They never actually talked to anyone who actually asked them to do it. They're just it's like an open bounty.
Oh, okay.
On Kiara.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
With no information on where she is or much about her at all, actually.
I'll tell Shazari.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you guys can head back to the school, or you can hand over the assassin to the Chime Bearers, who have some information for you that they think you'd be interested to hear. Froglegs is still in prison.
Oh yay! Wow. It's almost like we demoralized her enough that she just stayed put.
Apparently, she has actually just been sort of quietly sitting in her cell, just kind of looking thoughtful.
Oh.
She's contemplating becoming an adventurer or at least a public servant.
Slightly concerning, they keep finding her whittling things and realizing, where did she get that knife?
Okay, no, she's gonna become a public servant. She is in jail with a knife, and she's like, "No, I'm good. I'm not. I got job security. I'm fine."
No.
What do you have, dangerous crime lord? A knife? No.
Frog Legs is best girl.
She was involved in numerous murders, Will. Some of which you prevented, thankfully.
Yeah,
yes, and
you think Igor is bothered by murder?
Look, if there's one thing Genshin Impact has taught me at all, it's that all the best girls are involved in multiple murders. So it just comes to territory.
Even
I would not say Signora is best girl.
Even though they'll murder eventually.
Best dust, maybe.
My goodness.
Anyway,
gracious.
so we hand the ne'er-do-well over to the law.
All right, yeah, you guys return to Genetimo. They are very happy that you managed to save the life of their good friend, and I'm assuming you guys also delivered the all the statues.
Yes.
That you were sent to get.
Remember to do that, definitely.
They are all wonderful statues. He takes them in possession. He offers you a second batch of cookies for the day. These ones are ginger snaps. Made with imported ginger.
Ooh.
From his secret stash.
Spicy.
Which brings us to the chapter 3 opener.
Ooh.
Oh.
So often I see people meeting their circumstances on the level they were confronted. Violence meets violence. Pettiness begets pettiness. It is so rare to find individuals who, when challenged, rise above and find a part of them that is better than the circumstances dictates. It is not that they ignore the realities of what happens around them, but rather that those realities become starting points to investigate and explore, to go deeper. By going deeper, they address what lies in front of them, but also what could await them and others. To approach life in this way is to blaze a trail that others can and will follow. Take these conversants, for example. They have been given tasks in the world. They have completed these tasks admirably, but they have not confined their thinking to only the performance of those duties. They have drawn the connections between them, and they have discovered the patterns and underlying conditions that caused these tasks that needed to be done. Repeatedly, they show that they go further than is expected or is even known to be needed. They've taken down, at least for a time, a crime boss who is the source of growing corruption in our city. The conversants have learned that our magistrate mayor may have turned from negligent to corrupt, possibly because of some snakes among us. These heroes have blazed a path that leads them into the heart of this corruption and beyond. I don't know where their full ambitions lie, but from where I stand, I can see that they will soon propel themselves past the realms where the Magambia can teach them. I've never seen a rise so sudden in the school, but I suspect we'll have a little time to contemplate my surprise before they display their heart and talent yet again. My time is precious at any rate. I have a graduation ceremony to prepare. So yes, we now take to chapter 3, The Flooded Mansion.
Oh boy.
All right. So a couple days pass, though no more than that, before your next note from Genetimo arrives. Is there anything you guys want to accomplish beyond, getting a good night's rest, resetting all your spells, full HP, and all that jazz? Is there anything you guys want to accomplish in these 2 days? Will?
I'm going to let Cesare know about the bounty on Kiara and see if they can start looking into why the Firebrands, who are getting a book later this year entirely about them, announced that by Paizo at Gen Con today, would want Kiara dead.
Well, we don't know that it's the Firebrands.
That's the people who own...
Well...
Yeah,
it was from the city, but it could be the Firebrands, but it is from their base, sort of, kind of the pirate town. But Cesare says, it just so happens I have an uncle who smuggles rum there. I will see if I can get a letter to him and see if he knows anything. Thank you. This is somewhat disturbing information, but I suppose it's a lead of some sort.
Yeah, and just for hypothetical purposes, try to find out how much the bounty's for too.
Sure.
Out of curiosity.
So yeah, anyone else have anything to accomplish? Maybe an intervention? I don't know.
Getting there.
Your head is shaking.
We haven't
Ego.
We haven't studied in a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can we do some studying?
We are going to school here.
Yes, and before this book ends, you guys will have enough time to reach a certain level. So you don't necessarily have to worry about it right now.
Okay.
Mostly because I haven't refreshed myself on those rules for tonight.
Speaking
but we can assume you guys are studying during this time.
Yeah. Speaking of, in between studying, I would like to do something I haven't done in a long time and do a magic act for, I forget her name, the mother of two that's going to the school with the two spider babies.
Tizenwe.
Yep.
Yeah, Tizenwe. Love to do a act for her and her babies, and then go back to studying just to kind of, help break up the stress of that.
Do you have a venue in mind?
Well, if they want to be private, we can just do it in their dorm room and do it there. If they want to make a big to-do of this, I could go to the stage where I think we all first kind of hung out and vibed and do a show there.
You certainly could do it on the stage. You do, during your time in the dorm, you have peeked in the room occasionally, and not only with the mom's things and all her study equipment and school stuff and all the kids' things, it's a little crowded in there. Not to mention the fact, if you're doing this as, are you essentially doing this sort of as an afternoon away from the kids for her, or do you want her to participate as well?
I'm definitely let her decide if she wants to get some time away from the kids. I can do that. If she's like, no, I want to get out of this cramped room and get some fresh air and be entertained, she's also invited. It's all up to her.
She does like spending time with her kids, especially she is intrigued by the prospect of the performance, but she really could use some time studying just without worrying about the kids or having them nearby, possibly, Mom, I'm hungry. I want some flies.
I want some French fries with dripping sauce.
I want candy beetles. They're double crunchy. But yeah, you can find some time during the day when the stage is not being used, and if you want, you can even set up one of the little signs they have hanging around the thing, like private, or you can let the public wander in as they want.
I'll make it private, but only up to a certain amount of rows, so if people want to come in and watch, at least there's a safe distance between the kids and the strangers, but the strangers can still watch, that kind of thing.
All right. Now keep in mind, these are still pretty young kids, so they're pretty distractible, so that will add a little bit of extra difficulty to the performance check.
Well, I just became a master of performance, so I'm ready for it.
All right. Is anyone going to ask any of your classmates for assistance, or is this a one-man show?
If anyone in the study group wants to, we can definitely, you can definitely help me out. Zoe, of course, an amazing performer herself. Philia, if you want to join and be my assistant, we can do this amazing rock magic show.
PJ, is that your parting gift to the group? Are you giving the party a name, the study group?
Oh, do we not have a group name?
We still haven't.
No, technically we don't.
I thought we were the Spire Dorm Stars or whatever.
Right.
That was our fight. That was our fight name. That was our battle name.
That's a fight name. That's a good name though. Yeah.
God.
Pick a name and I may make a graphic for it.
Oh my god.
T-shirts.
So much pressure. Okay. How about we go with
because there's so many animal people, teachers' pets.
I kind of was thinking either teacher's pet or rat, cat. What was it? Rat, cat, bat, dog, and a frog. And Ophelia.
Ophelia and the Menagerie.
Ophelia and the Menagerie. Yeah.
Ophelia's pet walking service.
Ophelia's magnificent or marvelous menagerie.
Is Ophelia the leader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ophelia is the only non-animal in the group. By Noah's Ark rights, she's basically the leader.
There is a lot to unpack that.
Well, technically we have 2 cats with Agate and Aerith.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have 2 frogs yet.
So,
Kitties, doggies,
unless we convince
froggies.
Froglegs to go on a date with you.
Yup.
Frog Legs is Igora endgame. It's canon now.
I'm gonna come level 20 so that you would go out with me.
Well, you're gonna make me have to read through all the other books now,
Yes,
way
I
ahead
am.
of time, just to make sure you don't screw up any plot lines with that.
So it's I want to drop an F-bomb, but only because it's a very interesting question. Not interesting. Okay, it's a pedantic question. Can a frog boy be a fuck boy? Is it called a fruck boy at that point? How does that work?
Actually, among Gripleys, they're just called Swamp Boys.
Swamp boys.
I made that up.
Okay.
Dirty Swamp Boys.
Both
Reminds me of the time I dated a girl from Arizona, but that's a very different story altogether.
What is the connection there?
It's a long story, so I'll just take the
Arizona.
only part that matters. We were at a bar. It was a really horrible date. Story from their time. But her key catchphrase of the evening was swampy. Oh my god, this place is so swampy. Her dress is swampy. This drink is swampy. All night long.
As a negative thing or as a positive thing?
Oh, totally negative. It was like, she looks swampy. Your friend should not date her. I'm like, you don't get to control that. Leave him alone.
So not only was she using a weird word in a weird way, she was also just bitching and complaining the whole time.
Oh yeah, about
that's
everything.
The worst.
It's a long story.
OMG, Gretchen, stop trying to make swampy a word.
Yeah, she was trying so hard to make swampy work.
It's not gonna happen.
Sorry, Matt.
I like to think this is a conversation you guys are having as you're walking to the stage with the kids, and then you start hearing the kids go, "The sky looks swampy today."
I have corrupted the youth.
Igora will act for the performance as a sort of make sure there's no stranger danger heading towards the children. We'll
Stranger danger.
All right.
Posted.
Danger.
All right, so,
How
Benji, if you
fun.
would then, please, begin the performance. If
Okay.
anyone else is coming or wants to assist, I suppose now's the time to ask.
I feel terrible because low key I did not prepare a magic trick this time in real life.
You don't actually have to.
I'm literally looking at songs. I'm like, I haven't sung anything in a while. There's a song I want to sing. I don't remember how it goes. I guess Ophelia would want to do a little pre-show for you. Get more people coming over here to see your magic, just because we haven't seen a magic show in a while. Recently, I remembered that a band called Steam Powered Giraffe exists. And they have a song called Juju Magic, and that's probably the song that Ophelia would be singing. If you guys get a chance, this group's really fun. Check them out.
I remember
love their
Steam
stuff,
Powered
yeah.
Giraffe.
Yeah, I used to see them at the San Diego Zoo all the time.
Wild.
Yeah,
That's appropriate for a band with that name.
it is.
All right, so what's happening in what order?
Okay. Preamble performance to get more people to come to Benji's magic show. I rolled a 3. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Use that hero point.
Oh, you're trying to attract more audience.
Ooh.
Much better.
Quickly to check if these kids actually have names.
I thought that they did.
They do. I think I have it written down.
Yeah, I wonder if I actually took notes of their names.
Kid 1 and Kid 2.
Java and Janvi,
Aw.
Jamba and Jolie.
or Zachva and Zanvi.
I have to see that written out. My brain is just
Zashva.
hearing wah, 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 letters. That's all my brain's hearing.
I'm not an adult in Charlie Brown, damn it.
We are all adults here.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Wah, 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 wah.
You can only be a kid once, but you can be immature forever.
True.
That's true.
Very true.
Oh, speaking about immature, no, I'm just kidding. Bob's not immature. For the magic show today, he insists on showing up with his matching hat and cape and a little wand that he made for, of course, this magic show performance.
He flicks his wand in a haha, I have a little wand, and a building across the river lights on fire, and then he goes and just drops the wand like
Bobby!
You know what, Bob? This is the reason why I don't make things for you, because they actually incorporate magic. Maybe we
he's
should send
actually
a
a genie
lady.
under true polymorph. No.
I just kind of give like a little eraser top that you'll find at the end of pencils, but it's like super tiny. I put it at the end of his wand, and I'm like, okay, Bob, there you go. Yeah, it's a little magic stopper.
Or one of those orange things they put on weapons cosplay for conventions.
I put a little like tape check around it, a weapons check. It's like, there you go, Bob.
The way they will plaster an entire side of a hand-painted weapon with masking tape.
Oh my god, yeah.
Kills me every time.
Yeah.
That's why I have a soft frost morn. But anyway.
Morn, if you will.
No. Okay, so Ophelia, you rolled a 32 for performance. Now, was that for your song or just to drum up support for the show?
For my song.
All right. And you immediately have captured the children's attention. They were a little fidgety. They don't get to go to many shows, so they were a little out of their element, but they are entranced by it.
Ooh, exciting.
Especially since their mom's lullabies are usually sort of a series of like clicks and things. And then that leads into the main attraction, the magic show.
So with the music, I start to use all of the mage hands, minor illusions, prestidigitations, making this amazing display of sight and sound, not only to support her, but then to kind of draw it into the the whole kind of magic part. And I'm in my little good boy magic outfit, my flame retardant suit that I got from the Anandi like forever ago. And I'm looking at little spiders and I say, okay, little guys, now as always, I say this simple thing, and I want you to think about it and keep it in your heart. We know magic is real. Fireball burns, the lightning bolts are hot. And with that, we've also lost the ability to wonder. Because what's left to wonder when all of the illusions are just real? And I want you, for just 5 minutes, okay? Join me in believing in a lie. And that lie is very simple. Everything you're about to see is not real. But how could that be? It's gonna feel so real. And that's because for 5 minutes we get to believe in something truly wonderful. Hope. Not something that's real, not something that's physical, but something that's beyond that. And I want you to question all of it every time you see it. So I'm gonna give you something fake, and I dare you to be blown away by something that you know can't be real. And with that, I reach into my suit. My hand is on fire right away. I swallow the fire whole. My eyes light, and I burp. And 3 doves fly out of my mouth. Tickles. Now there's more than that. Oh, you're spiders? I'm not really a spider myself, but I've been practicing. And I just start pulling out this never-ending stream of spider silk until eventually I kind of go and I pull out this giant sweater made just for them with a long little thing, and they get to put that on. And I continue to do tricks left, right, and center until I finally get to the big one. And I say, "Hi, I feel like back there's like 2 hoops. Could you bring them out here, please?"
Oh, of course.
Oh, thank you.
As this is happening, Will, you've been standing guard, keeping for stranger danger and stuff. While you have been there, your friend from the dormitory, dear old Anchorroot, wandered by, and she seemed a little nervous to enter into the show, but she came on in. But I'm also going to need you to give me a perception check.
Ooh. Do you want the whole security team to do it, or just me?
The whole security team is fine.
All right.
I'm also going to just quickly transfer us back to the school map.
Because, we all got that psychic link.
Wait.
There we go, Gamma.
Gamma security guard.
Gamma
All right.
just has some black glasses on.
I
Choke.
can
The-
imagine that as a
like,
picture.
A twisted reed sticking in his ear that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
A black T-shirt that says
Roger.
security.
Security.
And security is spelled wrong.
Yeah, like SEKURRITY.
Security.
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 I'm just checking where I know the stage is. So out of curiosity, Will, are you on the like the island side of the bridge, or are you on the far end near the actual campus?
we have Igara, who is like in the middle. You have Choco kind of vetting people as they come in, and then Gamma's closer to the kids.
Okay.
Because Gamma's the muscle. To be entirely honest with you, if something's going to attack these kids and they need protecting, Gamma being there is important.
You standing at the kind of the middle, you get a weird kind of tingle up your spine, and you know this feeling because you've had Gamma for quite a while now, and it's sort of like a weird feedback where Gamma has noticed something, but they're sort of confused, unsure about something, and you kind of turn back and you see where they're looking. It's very hard to see because they're quite a ways away from it, but to the east, on the bank of the campus grounds, there's a clump of trees just in between you guys and the dining hall.
Mm-hmm.
There's kind of just a shape hidden under the foliage of the trees, and it looks not the right shape for like a person, sort of. It's just kind of like a lump. You'd almost think it was a boulder, but staring at it, something's off about it. And you kind of are trying to focus on it for a second, and you're briefly distracted by the sounds of the children kind of giggling and chortling and clapping a little bit, and you blink, and it's gone.
Just here in the back of my head, Kiara.
This didn't feel like a Kiara thing.
Ah.
This reminded, in a weird way, Will, this sort of reminded you of some of those bad dreams you used to have.
Oh yeah, the ones who were the guy who probably tried to drown me too. Yeah. All right. Good to know.
But yeah, the show is a success. And the kids actually have something for you. They have created, they're pretty crude, as children do make things, but they are delightfully kind of woven, banded, like little friendship bracelets, sort of.
Aww.
They did have to take two of them. They each made one, overestimating how, or underestimating how big your wrist is compared to theirs. They had to tie their two friendship, so they're two halves, and they take a little time, but they tie it onto your wrist and they hug your legs, though they sort of actually come up to your chest almost, because you're not that big either.
I'm a small sized creature, so I'm definitely like just yodeling and kind of nuzzling these sweet innocent little spider babies.
And Ankrud is in the back also doing little very polite golf claps.
So cute.
So
Well, yeah.
that goes very well.
Yeah. Bob enjoyed the magic show very much. I let him do magic one more time and he made a cheese castle for himself. And so that was very safe. Until it melted because he set it on fire again.
Oh,
Now here I was thinking it's like one of the cheese hats, like cheese castle hat.
It's Bob's size, so of course it's like a leaning tower of cheese, if you were to imagine that.
God, I've
then
never heard of
he's
that.
about to go into it. He got really excited and he just went woo, and then exploded everywhere. And I just kind of watched it happen.
Why does Bob just have the biggest cat bug energy? Like,
put it down. Okay.
Bob doing something and he's like, "What the hell?"
That's a bit of an old reference by now.
Yeah.
It is. I'm dating myself a little
We
bit.
just aged ourselves.
I'm
How
not.
old is it now? I'm
You don't
worried.
know.
I,
You don't
I,
know
What,
when
10
you
years?
get it.
I'm not going to lie. When Aaron says Cheesa, like Leaning Tower of Cheesa, I immediately thought like Frieza, but made of cheese.
Oh,
Like a
God, it makes me
Goofy
feel older.
movie.
You filthy monkeys.
Goofy movie.
Ah, yes, the Leaning Tower of Frieza.
I will use my power in this tower to subjugate this Saiyan race.
God, I want to see it try and reproduce like at least like one saga from Dragon Ball in Pathfinder with Pathfinder ancestries.
Oh,
Done. All right.
Oh, good God.
Challenge accepted.
All you need to do is get Monk to level 20 so you can actually go Super Saiyan, and you're set.
Mhm.
Would Frieza be a sorcerer though?
Ooh.
yes, or like a necromancer.
An Imperial,
or-
an
It
Imperial
would, because
bloodline
Frieza just
sorcerer.
blasting.
just
I mean, he's
so.
he's
Anyways,
a
I
very...
started blasting.
Physical too.
So
Yeah.
anyway, I started blasting those monkeys. No,
Anyway.
he's a very talented martial artist. He just didn't train until that one movie. He's like, I've never trained my entire life. Bullshit. You do head kicks. What are you talking about, my guy? So I trained for 3 whole months and I became God. Who even are you? What are you on?
Save it for the ramen shop's return whenever that happens.
Yes,
Um,
Monday.
Yeah.
But if no one else has anything else they'd like to accomplish in these 2 days,
Unless anyone wants to do some death sticks.
actually, the teachers have been wanting to ask you about that.
I just have them in my inventory
What?
for some reason.
Death sticks times 5.
I have
Yeah,
5
or is that... Oh God.
It's just something I picked up ages ago.
Just
They're getting
hey,
a little
kids.
dry. They're getting a
Y'all
little
want to
dry.
Jesus Christ.
Also, they're starting to smell a little funny too. Like they're drying and flaking, and it's getting into the air. Every time you open the drawer, it shakes them a little bit. So,
Fair.
Ew.
but yeah. Otherwise, you guys are summoned once again to Teacher Janatimo's office. Though this time the note is somewhat brief, and it also says, "Please do not delay."
Okay. Let's go.
All right. You guys go to his office, and you find him. Previous times, he'd always been sitting at his desk writing or something, or fiddling with one of his little magical doodads. Now he's standing dramatically with his back to the door, his hands crossed behind his back, staring out the window at the city. And he turns once you guys all enter, and he presents you with some block text.
Sorry, you're so funny.
Animal Crossing sounds.
I've never played Animal Crossing.
I haven't either.
How dare.
I played a lot of Harvest Moon. I get a pass.
That's offensive in this day and age. That's offensive. I hope you know that.
I throw my fist on
Hey,
the
hey,
stool.
not everyone fits in the genre. It's a genre.
It's a bad bitch genre. It's a comfortable game genre.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I told you I would follow up with you after I had figured out what to do about the magistrate mayor. And that time has arrived. Gestures for you all to sit down. After speaking with the faculty, we are in another position where taking direct action could be politically harmful. Nantambu has its own leadership, separate from Magambia, and we respect that independence. Conversants can more easily inquire and take any necessary action without the political risks. I know that you can handle yourselves in challenging situations, so I feel confident sending you in our stead. We don't know what awaits at the Magistrate Mayor's mansion, but something villainous is going on there. Do you feel prepared for the task?
I mean,
There's a yes and no
prepared
selection on the
already.
bottom of the box text. Yes,
Indeed.
no.
With the with that kind of tense music that plays on like "Do you want to be a millionaire" or something. With the-
But if you click no, it like goes murmur and then like points to the yes.
yeah. I mean, if you guys don't want to play the campaign anymore, this is a good time.
Well, I guess that's my time, everybody. Just kidding.
Well,
I
you
just-
guys, we
I just wanna be
recently
academics.
We recently learned about assassin contracts. I don't know.
Oh, no.
It seems like that's good money.
It does.
And that's all, folks.
I'm ready to
Did
do
we-
some do-gooding. I
Yeah,
think.
we didn't need to buy anything, did we? We don't have money.
I
Don't have
think
money for us.
I think we're pretty well set. Like I think we're pretty well set
Yeah.
for our gear.
Jonatimo does look like he is willing to answer some questions. He has a set number of 3 questions you can ask him and he can answer.
How are you doing?
That's not one of the questions, but I'll answer anyway. I'm doing I'm doing all right. Getting over a bit of a head cold, but no.
Oh, make sure you have some oranges.
So I'm having some lemon tea.
Ah, yes, citrus.
So we know that Marisonda's house has been flooding and flooding and flooding, and it doesn't seem to be getting fixed. Do we know what's going on with that?
I will interpret that as the "what do you think is happening" question.
Ah,
And he says, as usual, I am more interested in your theories about this conversance.
I asked you first.
Yes, but I have tenure.
Shoot.
I learned that from a furry friend of mine.
I asked you a chip on your shoulder. I see.
Oh boy.
No, actually, it's he looks over and he's like trying to find a book on his shelf. Never mind.
Well,
you have any advice for dealing with the mayor?
Get as much information as you can, respond to any threats, and return safely.
So help.
Anything else that you wanna share with us before we go put ourselves in grave danger?
What should we need to know?
He's going to explain why he is he's actually asking you guys to take care of this today. And the reason he's being it so urgent is that the magistrate mayor has now long jeopardized Ntambu with his inaction. But we see now he may be behind the deaths of Ntambu's citizens. We cannot ignore this any longer. More lives may be in jeopardy the longer we wait for better information. Now, he is acknowledging that he is unfortunately sending you guys possibly into a situation with the most unknowns that he has done for any of these assignments. So he is going to ensure that you are not unprepared. So he's going to provide with each of you with a scroll of a common 4th level or lower spell that you would like. Now, it says that you would like, which gives a lot of leeway, but I'm assuming this might also be, unless you guys are planning to take your scroll to use for someone else, I think it would have to be within your discipline, because I don't think you could cast arcane spells.
You can if you meet a DC.
Okay, but it also
interesting.
would also then, if it had a spell DC for the enemy, it would be lower because you're not proficient in that tradition.
It would be that tradition's DC for you. So
yeah.
So
unless you want to, I would like an arcane spell, then you just give it to one of your arcane casting friends.
Or to take something like clairvoyance, where it's not really.
Yeah. Pick the kind of spells that, say, a barbarian who has magic for some reason would want to use because they don't have a good spell DC.
Fly is universally useful.
And doesn't require the enemy to roll against you.
Well, I'd like
And also enlarge. Bigger smash.
bigger smash.
I'd like to ask y'all something. I've been thinking.
Oh, wait, hold on, PJ. Are you saying you want to smash?
I mean, yeah, I've seen your character artwork. You're a redhead, buff, hot late. Yes, no questions asked.
You haven't seen the newest one.
There's the new ones out.
You commissioned a fate artist, if I remember correctly.
Genshin artist.
Genshin / Fate.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yes, you guys, if you want to take a moment to pick your spells for these scrolls, so it's common, 4th level or lower.
Yeah.
If it's an uncommon or rare spell, it'll say in the description, I think.
Yes. I'm kind of debating between a couple, and I'd like the group's input on this. Okay. So.
Okay.
I got a little bit of blood magic that we could grab. It's a spell that would let me create a sort of homunculus made of blood and mud that could fly around and do some scouting for us. and I could see through it, and we could have that as like a sort of forward scout on the mansion. I also have a thing called Moth's Supper that I'm looking at, which would cover me and my shoulders in moths that are attracted to blood.
I'm seeing a disturbing theme here.
This spell has a couple effects. Number one, every 10 minutes I would get 2d4 hit points back. Then, if the first time during the duration of the spell, which is only an hour, that I use a treat wounds, that person would get an additional 4d4 hit points. And also, I get a imprecise sense out 30 feet that senses freshly spilled blood and rotten flesh.
Well, I can't help but feel that these spells are the kind you might find, I don't know, in an archive that might be a little dark.
Yes, they are. They're actually, like, specifically, these ones are called deviant spells.
I just love it.
The shoe fits.
The shoe fits. They're from...
Why is Igora regressing? Do we feel like Igora is regressing?
Guess what? They're from the cult section.
Oh my
Ball is
god.
rolling down.
You're regressing and you're taking Ophelia with you.
I am.
Or is this how he's always been?
I'm regressing.
I'm calling it, y'all. When I come back, we're gonna get Bloodlord, like Ophelia, Witch Lich, Avi, friggin' the frog is gonna go full like Vecna cult leader.
I mean, technically,
Aerith and me just chilling, going, "What happened?"
I mean,
Yeah, seriously.
Are you saying Igor is going to be the croaking one?
Yes, the one who croaks. Do not ask for who he croaks for. He croaks for you.
I mean, there is this really cool new archetype called the Living Vessel, where an eldritch fae or devilish entity takes hold of your body every now and then.
Okay, so you're telling me that we have to come back at some time and play Metallica.
I'm just saying, if
And
there's
just
ever
to, like-
if there's ever a downtime break, Igora might.
I mean,
go
talk
home.
to the bard.
If there's ever a
Yeah.
downtime break, Igora might go home for a bit and might come back slightly different.
Yeah, so Ophelia's gonna learn running up that hill, and
Yeah.
we're gonna see you later. Okay, cool.
Ophelia, wake
seriously though,
up!
Um,
I don't like this.
what would y'all prefer?
Ophelia.
Would you prefer the scouting? Would you prefer the scouting or the healing? Would you prefer Igor to take which one?
I think you'd be better off with the healing, just because you end up taking so much damage.
Okay.
But
Then
that's just me personally.
healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was mainly asking if we wanted the scouting. Matt, do you think the scouting would be useful out of game?
Not a lot necessarily.
All right, then Igor's spell that they will take is Moth's Supper.
Gross.
Metal.
I
Okay.
can just imagine like this.
It's
little,
sweaters.
like,
It's sweaters.
It's sweater weather.
Keep it away from the Nandi. They wouldn't like
Oh
that.
God, yeah.
I mean,
We're
they'd like the snack.
this flying entity that scouts the area. I just imagine like this piece of rotten flesh just kind of like going around and just scouting.
I'll say this: I won't be here for the next while, so I would like to create a scroll that you all can use my absence. So something beneficial to the party. I mean, technically speaking, there's no way I can do any sort of divine healing magic, because I'm arcane only. But if
You
a
can pick
scroll
a
of
scroll.
healing would be helpful, then yeah, I could do like a level 4 healing scroll, and then Igora could also just get whatever other scroll.
I mean, I can
just
cast.
Double fisting scrolls.
I can cast heal. It's on my spell list. So
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! So that's an easy free level 4 heal for you. My God.
sure, I'll grab.
It should
that.
be noted there's currently a sale on at the school gift shop for scroll holsters.
Scrollsters.
Oh, scrollsters.
Just thinking. Okay, show of hands. Whose brain immediately said scrollsters? Because like my brain said it.
Genetima says no, we don't do that here.
So he's like, yeah, but I don't want to actually admit it. Fair, touche.
Avi.
Is for Phantasmal Killer.
Oh, like he's not actually offering you guys like a collection of scrolls. He is writing these for you.
Oh.
You notice he has like 4 different colored quills.
Interesting.
Interesting.
She goes, I don't think a lot of people think that I am very scary, and that's kind of fair. But I think maybe there are times where I might need to be scary, and I feel like this is a good one for that.
He writes it up, hands it to you with a smile. It's all a matter of context.
Thank you.
Ophelia, what kind of sheet music should we write for you?
No, the sheet music that I was thinking, well, my jam, I like to either help us or hinder. I like hindering. So I would like to go with Resilient Sphere.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wow.
Surprisingly versatile spell.
Mm-hmm.
Naughty people go in the bad bubble.
Now we got bad bubble.
Adding another dragon to the manor.
That's fair.
Who knows? No, you don't know. It could be your friend, the dragon who now believes you guys are his loyal subjects.
I love him.
Love that dragon.
Love that
The
dragon.
prophecy.
Gama will come for
Yes,
him in
it-
his time of need.
It's official as a dragon.
That's why I love them.
All right. Aerith, do you have a spell that you'd like, maybe to be able to cast without having to expend a spell slot? That's like 4th level.
I really do not know.
Well,
It's been kind of burning on my brain for a bit. I'm just like, can I use something for Bob? Like, can I actually make him a playable mouse character? Can I make
that
him
we may have to have a discussion about, because
Okay.
once familiars become active participants, that they
And
sort
can
of
take
cross a
damage and
threshold. Then,
die.
yeah,
Well, that's true. Yeah.
they go from flavor items to, oh, you can affect gameplay. Gameplay can affect you.
This is true. I don't think I would be okay with making Bob go through that.
Pop sizzle.
It's true. Goodbye, Bob. Then he'll actually need to
Bye,
get really good at magic. If it's possible, can you come back to me in a second?
Sure.
I feel like I'm the only person that actually needs to be.
Just because I am springing this on you right now, we can assume that you won't use it within the next 27 minutes. So as long as you have it ready for next week, that's your homework, since this is a school thing.
Yes, I will get it ready via messages next week. In attending, though, I probably will not make it due to a little thing called work.
That's fair.
A
Just
little
have that
ditty.
Have that score ready.
Diddy.
Yes.
50% of your
yes.
grade depends on it. No,
Sir, yes, sir.
I'm joking. It's like 10.
Oh, that's still a
Oh,
lot.
that's
But sir, yes, sir.
I think that's everyone then.
Mm-hmm.
So, assuming you guys don't have any quick preparations you want to do, like pick up those discount scroll harnesses. They have no gameplay application. I am just shilling for my imaginary store.
Yes, I will buy the GM
What
favor
do they got
item.
over there? What do they got over there? What's on GM favor special? What's in the window?
There's also some this year's Nantambu t-shirts.
I mean,
They should have us on them at this point. Just saying.
they really
Actually,
should.
there is a version of the shirts with you guys on it. Speaking of your championness in the tournament, though they're kind of like cartoon representations of you
Off-brand
guys.
versions of us.
The Wish.com version of the party.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
a me-
you do notice something though, very interesting.
Uh-oh.
In the cartoon representations, it's a little hard to notice, but you guys do notice because you were there and recognize it. The cartoon figure that appears to be the judge is still Kiara.
Ooh, that's a good point.
If you ask about it, it's because these shirts were based on a sketch that was made the day of.
I forget. Was she not the judge for the? It's been a while.
I think
She was the MC.
He's beginning to forget, guys.
Oh my god, we stopped you from opening that letter. What the heck, Benji?
Hey,
I have a dog brain. I don't
Well,
remember.
second level spell.
It's okay. You're just a baby.
I'm just a baby.
It's fine. Have another drink of your water.
I
Nothing.
don't trust that at all.
Carl.
I don't like that.
Got real ominous.
Avi Avi is actually going to kind of ball the scroll up and roll it towards Agate, who is going to bat it around the room for a little bit before finally tearing into it and eating it. So now I can add that spell to my known spells list and cast it whenever.
Though, do you lose the ability to get the free cast now?
Yes, but
Okay.
I have the ability now to know it always.
I'm not entirely sure the writers of the scenario planned for that eventuality, but I don't care.
In
That's spicy.
a magic school where you get a free wizard archetype dedication, they definitely did.
Not to mention all like the plethora of free lores we're picking up every time we
Yeah.
like pass a semester. We get a free feat. Like they're like, just give them a dummy thick character sheet and just let them have fun.
Mhm.
Dummy thick.
All right.
What that
This-
sheet do? It saves the world.
Is this the last stop on you for you guys? You want to head out?
Let me just make sure that I can't afford things yet. Yes, I cannot afford Choco's next upgrade yet.
Okay.
I can give Choco
So you guys are going to hit
haste.
that button and go through the Omega-3 relay?
Hit that button.
We've done everyone's loyalty missions, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you did everyone's loyalty missions. You got all those friendship points and stuff. So we can get all the quick time events.
think-
Everyone should live through this. You'll get the golden ending.
I think Benji called them best boy points.
Best boy.
That's
coins.
a cultural
Best boy
thing.
coins.
Good boy coins. Good boy coins.
Good boy coins.
Good boy coins.
Now, here's an important question. Are you guys going to A, just walk straight up to the front entrance of the manor, and B, are you going to do so stealthily?
I don't know, Avi Avi. Do you have
Well-
an invisible sphere?
Yes.
If we want to be stealthy too.
I'm also going to move us to the map,
Oh, wait.
the
Where can
manor
we go?
map, which might be very big.
It's the map. It's the map. It's the map. It's the map. It's the map.
The map.
And I will make an effort to drag everyone here so Will doesn't have to.
Thank you.
The bottom of the map doesn't actually have a whole lot of room, so I'm going to move you guys into the trees for the moment to give you time to
That's
assess.
where we're chilling.
Yeah.
Hola,
Oh.
soy Dora. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Fun
That's all.
fact,
That's all I know.
my mom has a friend who she has a really hard time pronouncing library, so she doesn't speak any Spanish, but she does call it the biblioteca.
All right.
That's really funny.
No Spanish at all.
Okay. Who am I missing here?
Hi, yes,
Cecilia.
where's the biblioteca?
Hi.
There we go.
My entire like episodes that I've been trying not to make like a community joke because we had the study hall and we had that wonderful rap and I'm like just that's all I want to do. Oh.
I can definitely cast Invisibility Sphere. If everyone will gather around.
Okay. Also, I appear to be only in a pitch black screen.
Yep,
don't know
I
what this
will fix that for you because for some reason things are
Is
not
the building
saving.
really that gigantic?
It's possibly one of the larger maps we've been on, excluding the underground
my.
tunnels. The underground tunnels were huge.
They really were. Bring back more of that. That was fun.
This is a big one. This mansion, for instance, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, possibly
Sheesh.
11 rooms. Oh, pardon me. 14 rooms, though. A few of them are
boy.
just like stairs and empty, maybe.
Oh, that's fun.
noise.
Not including what's outside the manor.
Out there.
I'm just going to say this, regardless of the way you guys approach the mansion, there's the first thing you see is some block text. Asanda's large manor seems quiet and lifeless. Both the north and south sides of the building have collapsed walls, with the remaining walls supported by makeshift scaffolding. An air of neglect hangs around the manor like a fog. The orchards around the manor are waterlogged, with fruit rotting on the branches. Weeds grow wild and grass grows tall. even on the main path leading to the wide front door.
You know, you think someone being a city official would have to keep up with, like, the city's rules for maintaining your property. Like, look at this.
Yeah, where's the HOA when you need them?
Right? Where's the, what would it be?
Where's
You
the Mansions Owners Association, the MOA.
The MOA.
The MOA.
We don't have that.
Wow, it must be nice.
They already have a corrupt government that allows assassins to walk free, so they might as well just continue to skip responsibility.
Does anybody have that sinking feeling that we're being watched?
Perception check. Are we being watched?
Are we being watched?
Yeah, chat, are we being watched?
One would hope.
We're being watched at this very moment right now. Just makes dead eye contact in through the camera.
Contact. Yeah.
What do you guys think? This is all just some sort of game? Just play your roles, damn it.
Sorry, God, didn't mean to disrupt you.
If
Anyways,
I
yes,
could
friends.
Make a deal with
What do we think
God.
about this collapsed building?
I mean, can
You
we...
guys want to try approaching from the front? Or
well,
what?
Can we?
we're invisibility.
Is there a way to detect magic of any sense?
I mean, people may have detect magic. It's not the longest range spell, mind you.
Ooh, is there a way to go over here? In the water?
Possibly. You may have to go over and take a look.
Can we invisibly go check that out?
Yeah. All right. Are we doing like a quick little case the joint
Invisibility
round
sphere?
the perimeter invisibility time?
Yeah, let's do
Case
it.
the joint.
Case the
Stealthily.
joint.
Kills the
All
joint.
In that
Right.
case,
Stealthily.
Gamma will cast...
Oh?
Yes, Gamma
Pass
has
Without
spells.
Trace?
Yes, Gamma has spells. Gamma will cast Path Without Trace.
So we are doubly
Super sneaky.
undetectable.
Wow, 10 creatures. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the higher level version of Pass Without Trace.
We get a
It says
plus,
Primal 1.
+4.
Yeah.
So you guys want to check
Yeah.
out the west side of the manor, or what? Like you guys have, I'm assuming you're approaching the manor kind of stealthily under the invisibility sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
well,
you
that's
got
perfectly
past-
fine. As I'm
Since
trying
we're
to,
on the
like,
west-
make it so that chat can actually see
west
the
side.
map. There we go. Alright.
Yeah, let's actually, if we could approach eastward, because just to keep ourselves out of the water for as long as possible.
Oh, do you not want to be in the water? I feel like, is there going to be water? Isn't there going to be water everywhere?
I feel like
it's flooded,
there's
right?
probably a line of water.
Well, you specifically note that the sides of the manor are where the water has broken through. It's
Yeah.
like a
Okay.
river has almost gone
So-
through the building.
So it doesn't matter. That's fine. I did
The
let's
front
just-
entrance, perfectly dry, if unkept. No one's like tended to the lawns or the shrubbery or the flowers in a while, it seems.
Mhm.
Really not a place fit for a magistrate mayor, it really seems like.
Well, this guy's stinky, so it makes sense.
Well, I think it sounds like we have a few options, but it really does feel like the big option is: do we go through the door quietly or do we go through the front door loudly? Now, if we want to go around where the water is, I can cast water breathing with my studious spell slot. So
How
if we
deep
want
is
to
the
go,
water?
You don't know from here.
yeah.
You'd have to get closer to find out.
Well, you know what, YOLO. Let's see what we got up there, folks.
Are you guys? So you guys are
Yeah,
going
we
to
stick
head
together.
to
Yeah.
the west side of the building,
Yeah.
under
well,
the sphere, with
yeah,
Pass Without a
let's-
Trace on.
Yeah, let's stick together because that's like a 10-foot sphere.
All right. Do give me a stealth check, which you'll all get +4 to because Pass Without a Trace, and it's harder. Additionally, hard for anyone to see you because you're invisible.
Yeah.
So stealth checks for everyone who is walking on the ground.
It's gonna be a 35.
Darn.
Okay, here we go. Please.
22?
Oh no.
15?
I have loud beans.
Well, you get a plus
Can't
4.
help it.
They're rattle beans.
20.
We have
would-
loud beans. We can't help it.
Rattle beans.
Rattle those beans. That'll be a 22 for me.
Oh, and a 20 for Choco.
Oh,
and
twinsies.
A 20 for Gamma. If it's someone to notice us, Matt, it would use their perception DC.
I am, but I can't roll on their character sheet because they didn't disguise anything about them.
No, it would be their perception DC, so you wouldn't even have to roll for them. It'd be 10
Oh.
plus your perception check modifier.
Okay.
So it'd be a DC 23.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised. Like, I quickly had to hide them on the GM layer because, like, I would have thought these things would be disguised, maybe. But, all right, yeah. So, because I like to do the group as a average, you guys hear some voices. No obvious alarms or anything, but someone may have heard like an errant twig be broken. So they're not completely unaware that something's there, but they have no reason to be alarmed or anything. They're just like, did anyone hear that? So you're also aware that there are at least like 3 voices coming from the front.
Okay, so coming from like over here.
Yeah, by the front of the building. You guys approach the water. Doesn't appear to be like it's going to drown you. It might slow your movement a little bit depending on what the condition of the ground is under the water, like if it's really muddy. But you're not going to probably need water walking unless you're trying to be incredibly stealthy.
I'm gonna ride on Choco.
Yes, come on to the Chocobo.
All right. And from this angle, you can see that despite the rather shoddy repair efforts, there is a open hole in the side of the manor right there next to a random chair sitting in the water.
Nice.
Which is a cute little detail on the map.
Now, hold up.
That's a big
Can
ass
I
chair,
use-
actually.
Can I use that chair as a boat?
I mean, you'd have to get to it first and then figure out how to make a
Then by
chair.
then you're already wet.
Yeah. Not to mention,
Look, I'm a dog. It's gonna happen.
it's not like a
Aw,
bowl. Like
stinky.
it's like a kitchen chair with just a seat, 4 legs. I'm not sure how you would make it into a boat.
Oh yeah, no, I'm absolutely. I mean, of course, with GM discretion and allowance, I'm going to jump into that chair and perpetually cast. Oh, I thought I had Gale Blast. I don't. Never mind.
I think that might just tip the chair over.
It's time to tip the scales.
Probably.
Just like face plant into the water.
How many people can ride on Choco?
Technically, they're a large creature, so 2 smalls and a medium could handle it. So if you want to
Please
get
don't
on
make us
Choco-
calculate Choco's carrying capacity for
I,
weight. and
I've
stuff.
already done this.
Okay.
So
But do we know what everyone else's weight is, what they're carrying?
we don't need to worry about the capacity because Choco has a strength mod of 18.
Okay.
A mod of 18 or a stat
sorry,
of 18?
a stat of 18. So they have a mod of +4.
Plus 18 Choco.
He's stronger than a Tarrasque.
Choco,
God damn.
Choco is a
Head
god.
lashes out through a golem.
But with the way the mount tag works, he gets special things. People can ride him.
Nice.
I will say naturally because of water, Aerith does not like the idea of having her fur wet.
If Aerith, Ophelia, and Avi want to be on Choco, they...
Yeah, that could work.
Are you okay? You're a strong swimmer.
I mean, I'm a frog. Ribbit, ribbit, caro, caro.
Yeah, but
Quiero, quiero.
it's your bird. That's why I feel bad.
I mean, Choco is our bird. Let's be honest, y'all.
Aw. No,
Our
we're
bird.
actually we belong to Choco. Remember, we all have a blood debt.
Yes, I
That's
will.
true.
I may need
I mean,
to collect on that.
Except
in the
Avi,
coming days.
technically. You say that, Choco kind of turns to look at you. Egeron kind of raises a feathered eyebrow, like, kind of implying without saying anything, what do you mean you need to collect?
We might need their blood for something.
Again, what do you mean we?
I mean, it would be a way that I would take damage instead of them anyway.
Okay,
Anyway,
okay.
let's just. I wanna check this place out. Let's just go.
Yeah, let's go check it out. What's in there?
All right. So you guys, do you want to approach the opening in the wall? Do you want to enter the water?
Yeah.
All right. That's going to be another stealth check.
Boy, here we go.
You guys are a little farther away, so that may have a beneficial.
Ooh, Avi, the stealth queen.
Thank you. That's
Gonna
gonna be 33.
Ooh.
Hey, Ophelia. Oh, Ophelia.
What happened to our 4?
And a
Oh my
nat
God.
Number
20.
4? Nice.
Yeah,
we
you had
still
four
have
of
that.
this.
Ah.
That's a 31 for me. Critical.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'd like to point out, you guys, we are incredibly close to the end of the evening tonight, so if anyone
Yes.
has hero points.
I have one. I will use it on Igara. No. Yo, dexterity is a dumb stat for Igara.
Yes, but you could take, what is it, canny acumen?
Oh yeah, untrained improvisation.
Untrained improvisation. Yes, thank you.
I could have, but then I wouldn't have orc ferocity.
Why do you
Um,
have
That's a
orc
general
feet?
feat, not an
It's a really
ancestry.
good thing to have for the healer.
That has come in a couple of
Um,
times. You have used that.
Let me tell you the tale one day of my orc sorcerer who turned into a heal bot against his will, essentially.
Just like Igara.
But you do hear a voice from the far end, like around the corner, like someone there. So you have a choice now. You can, like, you've gotten to the doorway, like the opening in the wall. You can head deeper inside, or you can try and maybe deal with the voices. Like, obviously you're still invisible, but you guys can have a choice before you enter into the room, which is kind of, it doesn't look like there's real much in the way of lighting in there, so it's a little dark but not pitch black because it's, the middle of the day. There's light shining in through the hole.
If I were to peek my cheeky little head, like around the corner,
Your tiny
would I
little
be able to
invisible head.
see- Yeah, my tiny little invisible head.
Give me a perception check if you want to poke your head in.
Yeah, I do have dark vision, so.
Me wanting to cast
Also,
ghost sound.
Do we
That's a
want to stay?
natural 20.
Okay, with the natural 20, and just because we are 7 minutes from 11 o'clock tonight and we really can't get into what happens next, I'm gonna read the block text for the room to begin with. Long tables and chairs, the remains of a once glorious dining hall. This is the red room, right? Yeah. Drift as flotsam in the water. You notice that this is actually the submerged top of a doorway that used to exist on the eastern wall here, which is now just a big hole. And you see some... is this the right thing? Yeah.
It should be
There's no
G.
stairs. Yeah, it's G4, but it talks about stairs, and I don't, other than the little, like,
There's a
platform
little,
here, I
yeah,
don't...
the platform there that could be stairs.
Those don't look like stairs, but whatever. Rounded stairs lead down to this flooded room. And with that natural 20, you also see, despite the fact that, you're invisible, you see two large, dark shapes under the water making their way right to you.
Bow,
Ooh, I do
bow,
not like
That's
that.
where we're going to end today.
Bow, bow, bow,
I
bow.
I do not like this, Sam. I do not like this.
How are we gonna resolve Benji disappearing? I'm scared.
Don't worry, you guys are in water. I'm going to pull him into the elemental plane of water, and he's going to become a, what is it? There's a specific kind of Labrador from Canada that's bred to be able to swim in the water.
A Portuguese water dog? But he's a Basenji.
The Basenji water dog.
I'm a Shuni Ifrit because in African mythology the Basenji stole fire from the gods. I'm gonna go to the plane of water. That's gonna be a bad time.
Yeah.
He'll hold the door.
Oh. No.
Oh.
That is only ironic because I did a production of a Game of Thrones musical as Hodor because I can't sing, and that was a common joke that we had going the entire show.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, my friends, but thank you
Thank
all
you,
so
Squishy.
much for coming to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands AP. Don't forget to check out our other shows. Go give PJ a follow over on Nat20 Productions Official. And yeah, thank you all so much for coming. We'll see you on Wednesday for the equally exciting and probably stressful League of Amazing Adventurers. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Hope you had fun.
Bye.